Judiciary of Poland is a responsibility, as defined by the Constitution of Poland, of a four-tier court system: the Supreme Court of Poland, the Common Courts, administrative courts and military courts. Therefore, tribunals are, in a strict definition, not part of Polish judiciary, but in a broad definition, they are included in it. The Common Courts, divided into appellate courts, district courts and regional courts, have the competency in criminal, civil, economic, labor and family law. Court judges in Poland are nominated by the Krajowa Rada Sądownictwa and are appointed for life by the President of Poland. Prosecution in Poland is formed by the Public Prosecutor General, the National Public Prosecutor's Office, regional, district and appellate prosecutions, and the prosecutors of the Institute of National Remembrance. The judiciary reforms carried out from 2017 by the ruling Law and Justice Party caused much controversy. The ruling party is generally accused, in Poland as well as internationally, of trying to take control over the courts. There were cases of judges being submitted to disciplinary action after issuing a ruling opposite to the party's interest or demands of the prosecutor in the particular case. Polish advocacy, Palastra and Lawyers' High Council do not recognize the judgments of the suspended disciplinary chamber of the Supreme Court. One example of repression against independent judges is the case of January 18, 2021, when Polish Deputy Prosecutor General moves several prosecutors active in professional associations critical of the government from their current workplace to new offices, mostly over 400 kilometers away. Some of them are people with kids in schools and with mortgage loans. European Association of Judges and Public Prosecutors, Maidel Association, strongly condemns the decision and send a letter to EU Commission President Věra Jourová, Vice President of EU Commission Ursula von der Leyen, and to Didier Reynders, EU Commissioner for Justice, stated that it is not a coincidence that the majority of the transferred procutors are members of independent Lex Super Omnia, a Maidel member association, gathering independent and brave prosecutor who speak out about the situation in the prosecution service, and that they express its full support and solidarity to the harassed procutors. Also, Polish Ombudsman Adam Bodnar intervened in the prosecutors delegated several hundred kilometers from home and their children, and asked the Minister of Justice and Prosecutor General Zbigniew Ziobro for explanations. As a result of the events of January 18, 2021, 78 judges of the Supreme Court expressed their opposition to the harassment of prosecutors and judges and the operation of the so-called disciplinary chamber. 380 lawyers, judges, prosecutors, attorneys, legal advisors and notaries stand up in defense for independent, persecuted prosecutors who were sent overnight to work hundreds of kilometers away. On 24 January 2021, a group of 25 retired Constitutional Tribunal judges expressed her firm opposition to violation of the rule of law that have recently been applied to judges, prosecutors and the Polish Ombudsman. The judges criticized the words of Polish President Andrzej Duda, who said that prosecutors can change their profession if they do not like the current situation. They also note that the violation of the constitutional principle of the independence of judges by the legislative and executive authorities is becoming more frequent. A series of late 2010s reforms to the Polish judiciary have proven controversial. On Friday, 31 July 2020, Amsterdam judges from International Division at Amsterdam Court said that Poland's courts are no longer independent of the government and the rule of law has been severely compromised, and asked the European Court of Justice to rule if suspects can still be extradited to Poland or if that should now cease. Also, courts in Germany, Ireland, Slovakia and Spain, due to doubts as to the independence of courts in Poland, suspend the surrender of Polish citizens, waiting for the outcomes of the question asked by ERC to the European Court of Justice. On 3 September 2020, the only Dutch court with jurisdiction to extradite and surrender foreign suspects residing in the Netherlands announced that they will not longer enforce European arrest warrants to Poland, saying that, on the basis that the Polish judiciary is no longer independent, and pending a ruling answering its preliminary questions concerning the consequences of the loss of Judicial independence in Poland. Since the elections won in 2015 and after a series of the judicial reforms that given PiS direct government control over courts and takeover of the Constitutional Tribunal, the situation surrounding the rule of law in Poland have been widely criticized by European Union. In 2017, the European Commission has initiated the Article 7 of the Treaty on European Union against Poland, which consecutes